Yeah.
I can't even spring it up on you anymore. I'm gonna stop talking about it. That joint sound like a bootleg Siri.
Right.
Like they got. So I don't know.
Cortana.
Oh, maybe Cortana. Yeah, you know what? Okay, we're not gonna go into that. I'm gonna leave that alone. All these little voice activation things, man. It's whatever though. We're back.
Like, okay, Google.
Yeah. Like, I'm not Google. Like, who are you? Like, I gotta keep up with your name.
Imagine if like they clap back. It's like, oh, you hanging with that Google chick. Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah, that's why. Do you use yours? I don't even use them.
I don't use mine. I don't even use the Siri on my computer.
I don't use the Siri on my phones or either. I don't use any of them, like the voice activation stuff. I mean, we have the little Alexas at here at the house, but like only if I want to listen to music. But it's really for the girls. I don't really, right. I just don't like. By the time it takes me to type or speak it, then she gotta understand what I'm saying, and I could already be on Spotify. I ain't got time for that.
Right.
Like,
hey Alexa, can you play that one song that goes do 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 do?
Yeah, or like, and that's you don't know the name of the song. Yeah,
and watch someone's definitely. I feel like one day someone's going to listen to this and their Alexa's going to go off after me saying that, and some song is going to play, and I'm going to have no idea what that song is.
Yeah, that's the worst. When you try to tell her to play a song and she plays something off the rails, like no, that's not what I was saying. Calm down, like. But anyway, we back. Community this show. We in this thing. Y'all know what it is. K Wilson, K. We in here, and we got something totally different for today. We weren't even talking about that.
Yep.
And I'm gonna dig right into it because this is one. Ooh wee. You know, we're gonna piss some fellas off today, David.
Absolutely.
We're gonna piss them off. So, fellas, you know what? I'm not no apologies, man. It's time to step your game up.
Absolutely.
I'm coming out saying it off the break.
Talking to myself.
Well, I mean, all of us. I think me too. You know, like, and so when I'm talking about step your game up, I mean we're talking about men, fellas. If you want a woman, if you want to date out here, you want a relationship, you want to get married, this is for you. I don't think we're gonna be talking to the dogs out here today. I don't think we're gonna talk to the the no good, ain't shit, trifling. This is not gonna be for y'all today, and that's okay. That's what you choose to do. That's what you choose to do. All right, whatever.
You do you. I'm gonna do me. Just don't push your stereotypes. Don't push your agendas on me.
No. So I'm talking to the fellas here who actually are trying to make it happen. And I wanted to do this because I'm tired of hearing the stories. Man, oh man.
Kenny, who are you hearing these stories from?
Black women. Black women. Flat out and simple. Yeah. Black women.
Like, what is it about these women that make them say these things?
I mean, you and I both know that this stuff is hard to struggle,
Yeah.
And I'm not okay, I hate doing waivers and stuff. I know everybody's different, relationship stuff like that. And I know, I'm presenting one side, but I also know from a man perspective. So Black women are saying this. There's a lot going on, fellas. These wild stories. What are y'all doing? Y'all doing some crazy, wild stuff out here.
Right.
Y'all doing some real lazy stuff out here. And so I think as a man, I think it's important to say, hey, we gotta do better. We can do better. So that's what I'm saying.
That we need to do better.
We need to do better. So,
absolutely.
So where do I start on this one? I hear horror stories every day. Okay, and I'm also going to say this too. I probably used to be a horror story. Okay.
Oh, I'm definitely the monster in somebody's horror story.
Yeah. I know I have been, and I've been told I have been. But it was one of the things
I haven't been told, but
I've been told. I've been told. I'm pretty sure I got a couple people probably fight on site if they saw me. That's how bad things used to be back in the day. And so
well, I don't think anyone.
nah.
I don't think I don't think I've done anything to that extent.
Oh no, I've been fight on site. Yeah, I've done some stuff. Stuff I'm not proud of. And we talked about that before.
Yeah.
But the one thing I am proud of is getting my act together. You know,
Okay.
and as I grew up and I matured and I learned, one, okay, doing some wild stuff. Two, how do you change it and make the changes? You know, so that I could be the best father, husband, all those things I could be. Man, you know, role model, teacher, mentor, you know, because partner, all these things came into play for me, you know. So I think it's time to share some of that, you know. Right. So when I hear some of these stories about what's happening, these dating and relationship horror stories,
right?
Fam, come on, y'all. Like, I heard, and it's funny. I'm gonna be honest. I get a phone call just about at least one a day.
Okay, does this?
From various people.
I'm going to ask this question because I think it would be hilarious if it was true.
Okay.
Does this has this topic correlated with your work?
Yes.
Wow, really?
Yes.
Like to that extent?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. So as a consultant, and some of the things I do as a consultant, some of my things have to be cleanup.
Right. We have talked about
I got to clean up, and not even just like the crazy stuff, but sometimes it's hard for me to do my job if there's problems with the people that I'm supposed to be helping. Let's say, for example, I've done business like family businesses,
right?
You know, family-owned businesses where the spouse is pretty much running the business, and if one spouse is having an issue with this other spouse, that causes problems for me too. So sometimes they're like, hey, y'all, we gotta figure this out, work this out, because now your personal issues are spewing out on the business stuff, and that's causing other problems that I can't help with. Right. So it's stuff like that sometimes, or it's just flat out relationship stuff. I got a lot of friends, and for whatever reason, this has been my whole life. People call me like,
let the record show also that Kenny has a psychology degree.
I do, but I'm not a psychologist. Like, I should just go ahead and just go ahead and just go finish the job and just charge people for this. I should.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
I don't, but I mean,
hey, let's get the Black Squirrel therapy offices.
The therapy office. It ain't gonna be. I'm not even getting couches. Like, yo, like, come sit down on this futon and just, we gonna talk.
Right. And what we really need is, man, why are you doing that? You should be with her, bro. You should, like, that's the type of stuff I would want to do.
Oh, because I'm not gonna be correct about it. I'm not bringing psychological theory. I'm not gonna be talking Freud. It's gonna be, nigga, what you doing? What is you thinking, fam? No, it don't go like that,
bro. Why are you with her?
Sit your ass down and let's talk. Like,
she went to Miami. She went to Miami last week. She don't have no family in Miami.
She went to Miami and she didn't talk to you all weekend. Who she with? Yeah,
but she's running up your credit.
I know, but like, but no, but that's the thing. No, I want to talk about the flip side of that. Not she's doing it, you're doing it. Ooh. Let's have that conversation tonight. That's what I'm hearing. We that crazy. No, how about, okay, for example, I get a phone call yesterday. Close friend. Fam, I've been talking to this dude for a minute. One, why is it that I gotta drive to his house? He a couple hours away. I get there, he ain't got no food. He wants me to stay. We talking, but he's not trying to accommodate anything. He thinks I'm supposed to stay here, and he can't even feed. So let's talk about that stuff. Like, that's the stuff I'm talking about, where it's like, how do you expect to get or keep a woman? There is a certain level of, yes, you gotta make a woman happy. Right. You have to make her want to be around you. It has to be a pleasurable experience. And I'm not just talking about sex.
Right.
I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about like
you gotta have that chemistry. You gotta have that like
with presence, conversation. Or if you have a woman come over your house, how about ask her if she's okay? How you not gonna have food in your house, fam? Like, come on. You expect the girl to stay with you for a day, couple days, you're doing the whole thing. And what do you think was gonna happen? Humans get hungry. What do you think was gonna happen? Or let's talk about, okay, I mean, I can go all over the place. Let's talk about priorities. Okay. I get another phone call. You know, about to go hang out with dude. I really like this guy. We've been talking for a minute. You know, again, I gotta drive to him. Whole totally different another situation. Why are they always driving to us? So okay, we about to hit the movie. We about to hit the he can't afford snacks. So I'm like, okay. So I asked, like, you going to a movie theater? Yeah. Okay, popcorn stuff gotta be kind of expensive in the movie theater. She said, no, I offered to go to the dollar store. We can go to the dollar store, pick up snacks, and then go to the movie theater. He said he can't do that.
That's my type of girl, though.
But he said he couldn't do that. He ain't got it.
I mean, I've been there, but also like I'm not going on a date if I can't pay for myself at time.
Damn, you ain't got a couple of dollars for some dollar store Raisinets, some little Mike and Ike's from the dollar store, fam.
I can do that, especially if it's mutually agreed upon.
Well, that's
I'm definitely down for that.
That's the thing. I'm all about, hey, get that purse, get the big purse. We're going to the movie theater. Let's stop by 7-Eleven real quick. Go get the big joint.
Yeah.
You know, I'm for that.
Right.
You know, because I mean, goals. Got money or not, sometimes it's just why waste money if you don't have to.
Right.
You know, or we can get the popcorn from there, but I'm not spending $6 on some gummies that I can get to 7-Eleven real quick.
Right.
You know, some of that stuff I get that. But why
get the bigger bag at 7-Eleven?
Get the dumb bag. That's why we'll go get the big purse and we're gonna fill that joint up for $10 and we straight. Like, but why is the woman in these situations always making the effort? Why does she have to come to you? Why does she have to pay for the food? You can't even meet halfway. And you expect her to want to stick around? That's not gonna happen, y'all. That's not gonna happen.
It's
like
not.
She's putting out all the effort. And a lot of times what we do, we get comfortable.
Yeah.
We get lazy.
That's wrong.
I had another conversation with a homegirl. She's been talking to this dude for like off and on for like 10 plus years. You know, they kind of got a little thing going. They single, you know, when they single, they kind of go see each other. You know, they do their thing. Cool, you single, do that. But why does she always have to put the work in?
That's probably why they're not together.
Yeah. Or like, and because her conversation with me was, I'm over this. This was cool 10 years ago when we were kids.
Right.
I'm a grown ass woman now.
Right.
And he hasn't changed a bit. So I'm like, what's wrong? What happened? What'd you do? Like, she's like, get over there. Again, like, he just wants to sit there and watch TV. There's no conversation. And then he just wants to get to it and think it's supposed to be okay. She said she drove 3 hours to go see the homie. 3 hours. 3 hours, yo.
That's a long time.
You can't even catch up. What's going on? What's good? Hug. Nothing.
Right.
Like, this is some cringeworthy stuff, y'all.
Yeah, it is.
You know, I'm not even talking about, like, these are people that's trying to get to know you. You going on dates.
That's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest thing that we forget. We're trying to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And getting to know each other, there's a whole book to it. And you can't skip. You can't skim through that.
No.
You gotta pay attention. You gotta in my situation, you got to write things down, like just so that you could remember it. And like it takes time, it takes effort, and it's definitely going to take a mental toll on you. But once you once you overcome it, it'll be second nature to you. That's it.
Yeah, I think so. I think, like I said, I think it's a matter like you said, like effort. First thing, effort.
Right.
Think about what's happening when you first meet a woman. And again, I'm talking to the men right now. I know if you're listening, ladies, I'm trying here. Um, that's why, like, first impressions, and things like that are important. What are some of the things you're talking about? Like,
Right.
what are you exposing? Like, what are you telling about yourself? How open? What is the conversation like? Just like most guys, women are trying to paint a picture of you, and for the most part, the picture they're thinking long term. You know, so I think about, like, I've asked this question. You know, what do you look for? I think most women, the first couple things are security.
Mm.
Like, they're thinking about, can I be with this person long term? Can we start a family? Can this man be the head of this household?
Right.
Can they hold down the fort? You know what I'm saying? Like, can they step up? Can they provide? So it's not just about, like, the money. It's not just about, like, the job, which that helps, but, like, what traits, what skills do you have, do you possess, or what are you working on to become that guy? Like, that's where this is going for most women. Guys, we're kind of narrow-minded. What do? We backwards. We go for the physical first, and then we backtrack. Dang, she fat, and then I gotta get to know her. So we kind of backwards with it. Where women, they'll let a lot of that stuff go if they think you a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, look, how many ugly guys be winning? Why? Because they got the other things down pat.
Right.
I hate to say that, but, like, I've said this, being a big dude my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the most attractive dude in the world.
Right.
But I ain't had them problems. Why? Because I exhibit the traits that signify longevity,
Right.
good person. I can do this,
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't have to be the most attractive dude. I didn't have to be the richest dude.
Yeah.
Know how to? Yeah, you don't. So, like, all that, what you think you balling out? You think you doing all that? They ain't gonna get it. Had another conversation just on that. Homegirl tells me, dude bought a car. He's stunting, but he can't afford to take me out. We can't even afford to, like, go see each other because he's struggling. He's paying $700-800 for a car note, and he barely can pay his bills, his rent, things like that. So I'm like, what is he driving?
Yeah.
Was he driving? He got the Benz? What he got? No, he got the Kia, which is cool. But you paying $800 for a Kia, fam?
You buying a car to where, like, you can't take care of it.
That's the thing. Why you buy a car? You can't put gas. You can't afford to put gas in that joint.
Mm-hmm.
So for her, red flags are going off. How good is he with money? Is he going to be is he financially stable? His decision making. So that's where her mind is starting to go with this. So then, she asked me, well, is that? I said, well, see where it goes. Ask some questions.
Right.
So she starts asking, what are your long-term goals? What are your plans? Like, I know you have this job. What is your goal there? And his answers were, I don't know. I don't really know. I'm just kind of, doing this thing right now. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Fam, dude, mid-30s, you got to have a plan.
Right.
So then she was like, well, I know you got this job. What about retirement, stuff like that? So she asked him, about retirement plans. His response was, I wrote it down. Hold on. That's for white people. This woman is asking you long-term questions because she wants to be with you long-term.
But if you, let me speak as someone that currently, okay, let me say it like this. One, I don't have a plan right now. Two, I don't have a plan for retirement. But these are things that I do need to look at because right now I'm 28. I'm turning 29 this year. Like I need to get my shit together. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
But I mean,
And,
I remember I was at 28, 29. I was probably in the same boat starting to figure it out too,
right.
But like I said, there's a difference between 28, 29 and 38, 39.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like also too, your position. You know where you are in life right now.
Yeah. Kinda.
Like I know you, David. I know you're not in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I know you're more focused on getting yourself together. Mm-hmm. But there's other cats out there that are not doing that. They in these streets trying to get a girl, but they not doing the things they're supposed to do. So then what happens? The women leave them. They bounce. They don't last.
Right.
And then you got dudes that are upset, like, all these day hoes and all that stuff. They gold diggers. They're not gold diggers for the most part. There are some gold diggers out there. There are. But the majority of these women out here, like they want somebody to stand toe to toe with them. Mm-hmm. They want, if they're a queen, they want a king. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I think about it in that sense, like, and that doesn't mean like the whole royalty thing. That just means they want somebody that's going to match what they're trying to do. Whatever your thing is, if you got the energy to drive you working towards it, sometimes they just want that.
Yeah.
So if you're not even doing that, or you dismissive of the answers, like you can't say that's for white people. And no matter how you feel about it, what do you think she heard from that? She heard,
I don't have a plan.
I don't care.
Or that. That's pretty much, that's the whole thing right there. I don't care.
I don't care. That's what that was. Like, I don't care about that. Mm-hmm. So for her, again, goes back to, the basics of life. Mm-hmm. Security, longevity, being able to put a roof over your head, put food on the table together. And that doesn't look like together. Especially, it's storming outside. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
You heard that?
I just heard it too.
Oh, man, hopefully they won't lose power, yeah. So,
but I like how we kind of heard it at the same time.
We heard at the same time,
yeah. For those that don't know, we don't live too far from each other.
Yeah, we really don't. And that joint sounds nasty right now, man. And I live in the woods too, man. I lose power. All right, let's see where it goes. Let's see how it goes.
Kenny in the cut.
In the cut. That's the downside of being in the cut too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like if you can't do those things, mm-hmm. What do you think is gonna happen?
Right.
What do you think? And also I think about for the woman's perspective, from the Black woman's perspective. Mm-hmm. Again, I say this all the time. It's my theory on men. Like, there's not that many brothers out here in the first place.
Right.
Like the numbers get smaller, successful, mm-hmm. got a job, not in jail, all that stuff. Like, right. So when they find one dude who may seem like he got like this little something there already, mm-hmm. That's a big deal.
Right.
Fellas, y'all don't know that when women are interested in you, it is a big deal. Don't take that for granted, because, and I'm not trying to gas y'all up, but that first impression, that means something about you. There might be something there. And for this society and this culture now that there's not many of, Black men out there that unfortunately that are deemed as being worthy.
Right.
So you want to put yourself in the best position possible to make that happen. So my thing is, if you out there actively pursuing, if you are trying to get a woman, if you're trying to date, if you are trying to court, and I know that's an old school term, but if you're trying to do those things,
hey man, we need to bring that word back.
Courting. We do. I do. I believe so too. Because what dating has become is this whole other thing. Mm-hmm. Dating is
just like going somewhere and meeting up with someone, having a meal, going your separate ways.
Yeah, I can talk to a bunch of people until I pick the right one. Mm-hmm. Whereas courtship is more,
you're prepared.
I think I've picked the right one, mm-hmm. and we're actually going through this process together. I guess what most people would call a relationship, If you're serious about it, that's what it used to be called courtship.
Yeah.
I have this one person. I'm committed to this one person. We're growing, and hopefully the next step may be marriage or something along those lines, where it's like we're going to seal the deal, you know. But so if you're in that process, if you're trying to get to that point, and I know a lot of brothers are, put your best foot forward. And your best foot is probably, learn about her.
Yeah.
Figure out what she likes, she doesn't like. Get yourself together on the other end. Like I said, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect.
You but at really least don't. But also, you gotta put in that effort.
That's the thing. Because
if you don't, there becomes a disconnect.
Yeah, but I mean, effort. Think about effort, man. Effort. You're trying. You're trying. You might not get it right all the time, and that's us in general. Even for someone I've been married for men, I still get it wrong, but I'm making the effort to correct my mistakes, to learn from them, and to keep it pushing. So like this, and then so like, especially for my cats, like I'm gonna say like your 20s, late 20s, that's the time to be figuring it out.
Right.
So if you meet a young lady, as long as you're on that path, she's willing to work with you for the most part. That's the one thing I constantly hear. Like I work with them, I'm trying to work with them, they try time and things like that. But eventually, if you're not, it's just like your job. If you're not producing, you're not handling your business, eventually you're going to get fired.
Cut.
Yeah.
You get cut.
You're going to get cut. And these women out here, they on their grind.
Absolutely.
They're trying to do their part. If you get a woman who's really trying, they try and do their part.
Absolutely.
The thing about things for Black people in general, both Black men and Black women are, for the most part, working from the mud.
Absolutely. Yeah, they are.
So y'all could be doing it together. And I think that's a beautiful thing. So you don't have to have all the money. You don't have to have all the looks. You don't have to have it all together, really, at the end of the day. But you're starting to put the pieces together.
Right. You gotta. You don't have to have it all together, but you gotta be working towards getting it all together.
And if you're not at that point and you don't feel good about that, you probably should fall back from the dating relationship scene for a little bit and get yourself together.
Yep.
If a girl comes over to your house and you can't even feed her, fam.
You can't get her a glass of water.
Fam, that's bad. That's bad. Or if you can't afford to date, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying you gotta be dating, going out on dates every other night, but like I said, a movie. Or I mean, sometimes you might not have it to go to a movie.
Right.
Go take a walk. At least be able to like be creative and accommodate those things. If you got a girl that's traveling 2 or 3 hours to see you, you might want to match that at some point.
Right.
Go see her. Go make it work. That's effort. Show her that, hey, I'm gonna do this. Like I think you can do those things.
Right.
I think that's okay. Or communicate. Hey, we can't go to the movies. Why don't you come over? We do the whole Netflix. I make dinner, or I'll get dinner, and then maybe it's more cost effective.
Right.
Little things like that. I think show effort. Be open to the ideas and exploring different things and new things too. Even let's talk about the sex stuff too. Let's talk about that for a second. Learn your partner.
Right.
Learn what she likes.
And what she doesn't like.
Yes, especially that. At another conversation, those are the hard ones. I don't know what he's doing. I told him and I don't like. He keep doing it. Like,
stop.
That's like, women are different. Your go-to move may not work on someone else. It may not be the go-to move for that person.
Everybody's different. Everybody's bodies are different.
So you gotta be willing to do those things too. And I'm not saying you gotta be like King Nympho out that joint, but learn your that was one of the easy things. Learn your partner.
Right. And also, and this might be a little selfish, but know what you like, know what she likes, so that you guys can work together to satisfy each other.
Yes. And be able to at least try to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, other night
open
did that thing.
Conversation.
Yeah, you did that thing. I kind of like that. Or hey, you did that thing. Kind of hurt.
Like that.
Like Aaron, you like that. That's okay. And she'll say the same thing because that's part of the growth together. Mm-hmm. So just be open about those things. But I hear that conversation all the time. He keep doing it. It hurt. I don't know why. I told him. And then what happens is they get turned off.
Right.
I did tell you a couple times, don't do that. You start getting turned off.
Right.
Because you look hard-headed too at that point.
Yeah, because instead of wanting to talk about it, saying, hey, I don't like this thing, you've kept quiet and you just let him keep doing that thing. And then you got turned off by it. And then y'all break up. Now dude's like, what did I do?
Yeah, because you wasn't listening.
Right.
You try to do backflips and she says she like cartwheels. Like,
yo.
Like, come on, we gotta be on the same page here.
Right.
And if you don't know how to do a cartwheel, like, you may be able to learn.
Right.
And that's okay.
Step your cartwheel game up.
Yeah. Because like sometimes you gotta step. So that's what we talk about when we say step your game up. Leave it alone.
You almost went there, man. I was like, hey, you know what? Just learn that not everybody can do a front flip.
Hey, it's okay.
But hey, maybe she doesn't like front flips. Maybe she likes cartwheels.
Yeah.
Stick to cartwheels.
And she dig the cartwheels, and that's okay. And maybe your cartwheel might not be the greatest, but you can practice.
Right. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah. So all these little things. And then like I said too,
I already know this episode is gonna be called cartwheels.
Oh no, I was thinking about it. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet. And they like even like little things too, like your parents too.
Mm-hmm.
As the cats get comfortable, they start letting themselves go a little bit.
Right.
That's one of the things I really hear. And sometimes it don't be like physical, but like you get lazy with your game.
Mm-hmm.
Stop doing the little things.
Yeah.
I've heard some wild stories on that. Stories.
But here's the thing about that. I feel like this really is like, it's not a big thing, but it really is just little things. Hey, baby, how are you? How was your day? What that bitch do at work today?
Yeah, just listen.
It's
she did what? Things. Word? Damn. Like Chris Rock, that's crazy. Like, but it really helps because it shows that you're trying to pay attention. Yeah. Remembering people's names. That was the one thing I found was big.
That I'm not even with relationships, but just common courtesy. Well, learn people's names, please.
But I mean, because girls, women gonna share with us a lot. Right. If you get one, especially when they get comfortable with you, they start sharing. Mm-hmm. Remember those little details.
Yeah.
Oh, the girl from work, the big head girl from work. Oh, okay, I remember her. Yeah, like because they show. Oh, he's paying attention. He cares. Mm-hmm. You just remember the big head girl from work. Like,
right.
It's
you ain't got to remember her name.
What's her name? What's her name? The big head chick. Yeah, that's the one. like that stuff matters, Mm-hmm. Or sometimes just like making, like I said, making the effort for little things, going above and beyond. Right. Do what you can on that level. Mm-hmm. And one thing to remember too, most women, if she's still with you,
you're doing something right.
She's gonna understand certain things. Like, mm-hmm. Okay, hey, he's handling this. Like, if you ain't got all the money, but if you're paying your bills, you're handling your business. Mm-hmm. Sometimes most women I've heard will understand that. Okay, we might not be able to do this now because he get himself together, he paying his bills. Oh, that's great. He might have some time, or he might work it out. But They respect that. That was the one thing I found too, especially when I was still in position. I was younger, trying to get myself together because, like, getting talk about coming from most of us came from the mud,
Right.
So we had to get up out of that, and most of them understood, like, hey, I can't do this right now. Rent coming up a couple days though. We're gonna plan this,
right,
and then follow through with it. So, and sometimes that meant
I feel like with like little things like date nights or like you go into the movies, like I feel like that's the type of stuff that like you should plan. Just like little things to like sprinkle in, like like maybe you guys have a set date night, and maybe like just like maybe the day before you do something, you do a little something, or maybe like a couple of days after, you just I think it comes down to just paying attention to a lot of stuff, and then also, jeez, okay, and then also, my bad, uh, learning her love languages.
Yeah, that's another big one.
I feel like I say that a lot too. But I think it's really important, honestly.
It is, and that because that goes back to learning her.
Right.
What is she? So like I know the love language. If you guys never heard of it before, there's a book, 5 Love Languages. I suggest everybody read it, not just for her, but also to learn yours.
Right. Not only that, take the quiz that's online.
Yeah,
5
you can do
love
that.
Languages. Yeah.
So like there's a whole thing with it. So it's like you can learn about those things, but that just goes back to paying attention, learning, asking questions, seeing, but I was saying too, like, take the initiative.
Yeah.
So like I said, date night. You plan the date night, dude. That was the one thing I was horrible at first. Like
I am still horrible about that.
My head would be so far in the clouds. I'm so focused on work and all this stuff going on. And like I just wouldn't think about it,
Right.
And so it was like, wow, and sometimes women are so eager, they want to do something so bad. And so you just let it happen. Like, okay, you want to do that? Cool. Okay, we just do that. And it was easy. And they would say, oh, okay, like, well, then it was like, well, what do you want to do? Why don't you play the next one? And then I'd be stuck, like, I'm not even thinking about that. Like, So it's like, nah, start training your brain. Also, too, it gives you a chance to do some of the things you want to do. And that's the one thing I learned. Like, oh, you let me playing date night. We're gonna do some, because I like geeky stuff sometimes. So we're gonna do some geeky stuff. Oh, you want to come into my world? Do you really want to come into my world? Do you know what my world is? My world is crazy. My world is we gonna end up at like we're somewhere like we're gonna end up at the Air and Space Museum with the space shuttle, and that's what, like I've done that, like And for me, I'm like, I think it's cool, but then she was like, "Oh, this is cool," because she's with me. We're spending time together.
Yeah,
she's learning a little bit about me and things. So it wasn't. We could have went anywhere I wanted to go, but we were together. And I learned that with how important that was to her. I'm learning, like, because it's like I said, you get comfortable. They're free. They open. They share. They tell you everything. We don't. So they're just scratching and clawing for a little piece of what's going on inside there. What's going on inside your brain? So when you give them that, it was like cloud nine. So once I learned that, I was like, oh, we're gonna do all the stuff I want to do. Cool. Like I've been.
One thing about that, like I remember the first time I was asked, "What are you thinking right now?" And bro, I felt like I was stumped, but also I very much appreciated it because I wasn't asked that often. So I didn't really know how to answer that question. So I had to think about it for a couple minutes. And then once I got my thought out, I felt better, but also I was I was also surprised because I don't get that question often.
Oh, I think they learned, don't ask me that. Because I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking. and I might be thinking some wild stuff.
Mm.
You know, nothing crazy, but like, ask me what I'm thinking at a given moment. There's probably like 5 different things on my mind right now, and they may not be related to you. And that would be the issue with a woman, because she thinks I'm supposed to be thinking about her all the time. What's she thinking right now? Yeah, I got to get the oil change on the car. I'm thinking about that Verizon bill coming up next week. Blah blah blah, and I'm rattling stuff off, and they're like, "Well, what about me?" Right. You asked me what I was thinking right now. This I'm telling you what I'm thinking right now. Right. Like, so then they learn. You might not want to ask me that on the spot.
Right. But also, here's the thing: I am thinking about you, but also there are other things that are happening in my life right now. Like, I need to make my, like, I'm thinking I need to make my bed too. Like, I might have class tomorrow. Did I do my homework? Because if I didn't, I need to go in early. Then, like,
think about all kinds of stuff. Like, I think one time I was like, "What you think right now?" Like, my butt itch. Like, don't ask me what I'm thinking at that moment, because I'm gonna tell you straight up what I'm thinking at that moment. Like I say crazy stuff. Like, you sure you want to know? That's why I always, you sure you want to go down this rabbit hole? Because I'm different. And
it's not even that I'm different. It's that I'm just a weird kind of dude. And like,
and that's
if we're on this date right now, you know this. I've said this a million times. So the fact that I say this at this moment, please don't feel a way about it. It's just like the way I'm thinking.
And see, you're making my point, because she knows all that. She's with you for that reason.
Right.
And if she doesn't like it, you in your natural state, you tell what you think, you tell flat out, like, then that may be the problem.
Right.
That might be your red flag. Like things like that, you gotta be real. That takes me back. Oh goodness, I remember years ago, literally years ago. Dated this one girl, and she had a huge problem with what I did for a living. And what I was doing for a living at the point, I was running a mentoring program. And, I was working with like the Black and brown kids, in the hood. Like, and I love what I did. I was excited. I was like early 20s. I love what I did. And so I remember first time I told her, she was like, why? Why are you doing that? Them kids don't need you. Like, them, they gonna be all right. They gonna need help. You know how offended I was?
Bro, you know what I would have asked her? So I would have went full therapist on her. I would have been like, oh, okay, so tell me about the relationship you have with your dad right now. Like if you don't, like, I feel like that would have been like a hard left.
No, you know what I did? I ended it. Maybe not the best way. Let me be honest. Maybe not the best way.
Right.
Like that was one of the ghosting situations. Like I was, fade to black, and it was out. But because it led to a huge argument. Because I tried to like figure that out. Like what was so, why'd you feel that way? And the responses I got were anger, but also like, my whole thing was, if you're not going to understand, if you're not trying to understand why I do this, my heart, my passion at this point, you're not going to understand me.
Right.
You're not going to understand me. And at that point in my life, I didn't have time to explain it to you. Because to be completely honest, she over here got it. You might not have got it, but there's one over here that gets it. I don't have time to explain it to you. I didn't at that point. But that goes back to picking up on some of those signs. So even as I'm talking to men on stepping your game up, but also the more you share, the more you reveal. But that also is a point to like, how is she good with who you are?
Yeah.
You know? So if you're doing these things, you stepping your game up, you making an effort, you doing all this stuff, and you don't see that she likes it or it's working, that might be your red flag. She might not be the one for me. I'm busting my head, I'm trying to do things, but also this is who I am too.
Right.
You know, and I've heard that. You know, I've had a homeboy of mine, and you know, he worked for the school system, and he was I mean, he was his job was actually like really nice. It was a really nice gig though, but he pretty much was, you know, he worked in like the maintenance side. And so, you know, he had his uniform on, he had his Michael Meyer overalls on every day, but he worked with his hands. He was, you know, but he worked with like the electrical systems and stuff like that.
Right.
And so I remember he telling me a story. He had met a nice lady, you know, and she met him when he was outside of work, when he had the nice truck and all that, because he actually has a great job.
Right. He works hard. Obviously,
he works hard, but he actually does well for himself. It's not the most glamorous job in the world,
right?
But it's what he loves to do. You know, he's like a mechanical engineer. I think that's what he went to school for real. So once she found out what he did, and she was like, "What, you a maintenance man? You a handyman?" And she didn't like it. So I was like, "Oh," and so he was kind of perplexed. Like, I don't understand. Like, I have a great job. I do all this stuff, doing what I love. What's her deal? And so she didn't value what you do.
Right.
She had no problem with it when she reaping the benefits, going on dates and stuff. But you know, and that was a big issue for him.
Didn't want to see behind the curtain.
Yeah, this is what I do. This is what I love to do, and I'm good at it. One, and two, I'm holding me down and support myself, right. And I have a great career.
And you enjoy it.
Yeah,
like you said, great career. Yeah,
great career. So I'm me. I'm good. So that was a red flag for him to say, this ain't gonna work. This ain't gonna work. He was doing everything he was supposed to do. He was busting. He was trying, you know, the effort. And I remember that. And I remember that was hard for him. I felt bad for my man. I felt bad. Like, you know, so it goes both ways. But like I said, I just want to see us continue to do better. There's a lot of good women out there that we can be with and supporting and holding down. You know me, I'm always going to be about Black love. I'm always going to be about Black family and us coming together. And I think that's one of the things that we can tangibly do. These are things we can do to build and continue to make those things happen.
Right.
So that's why I wanted to share. I'm good.
I get it. I just think it takes a lot of time to build a relationship, and then from there, like, you just got to be willing to. You got to know that you're definitely gonna go through bullshit, but like, at the same time, you got to be willing to work past it.
Yeah.
And there are times where there might be outside factors, might be all. I mean, yeah, there are some that like you can't get past, but also there are a lot that you can look past. And some people aren't willing to do that.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Those are the red flags, and those are the ones you got to weed out your life. Yep. So I'm good. Yeah, we good
also,
on that.
Don't forget to look at yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like all this self-reflection and stuff like that.
Reflection, introspection. It's important.
Yeah. So I say, if you listen to watching to this, ask yourself those questions, you know, like, are you doing everything you can to support, just be happy, make her happy, you know, like communicate. All those little things.
Are you prepared to have this person be in your life and you be okay with it?
Yeah.
And everything that comes with it.
And are you putting your best foot forward for her to want to be in your life?
Right.
You know, like, are you doing the things you're supposed to do? Are you doing the things that, like I said, want her to be there?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that will give her the security, the safety, the longevity,
Mm-hmm.
you
The
know,
stability.
stability that you can be the partner she needs. You know, that's good stuff, man. That is. I know we got some Bobs and Karens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've even seen some. I think I sent you. It's been one of them weeks, man. I don't know what's happening.
Ooh, we got a flash flood warning.
Saw that. That's why, honestly, let's wrap this up. So
Yep.
before we lose power, yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be.
Okay. Let's talk about the Bob that arrested boys for vaping. Did you see that?
I saw that. I did see
Yeah.
that. I see it. Like, when? Okay, that was Ocean City. That was around here. That was in Maryland.
Yeah.
Um, come on, y'all. Like,
I'm,
he put his hands up. He had his hands up.
mm-hmm.
Vaping though. Vaping. He got
Yeah.
tased. And then they kneed him in his face and stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
for vaping, get out of here. I saw that and I was like, come on. These dudes, these cops, and I know Ocean City cops are notorious for being I'm not say trigger happy. I'll say, like, they come looking for a fight, pretty much.
Right.
They've been known, and especially this time of year, you get the kids out there. It's beach week.
Mm-hmm.
You get all the high school kids going out there. It's vacation time,
Mm-hmm.
and the kids are kids.
Right.
And there's dudes out there. They be ready to go. You beat up on little kids, you suckers.
Yeah.
You know, you jive turkeys. I'm saying it.
Jive turkeys.
Jive turkeys, man. So I saw that one. Yeah. What else?
And then there was a Karen in a store, like, I think it was that she wasn't wearing a mask and she was trying to like front that she was like fully vaccinated or something like that. And like I think she was like, honestly, it was more of a meltdown that she was having. But I think she was trying to bait into somebody into saying something.
Was it I think it was the employee, the black girl?
No.
Okay, that was another one.
Or that might have been it, actually.
Okay, because I know she was going off, and the black girl was like, "Okay, you got to go by keeping a straight face."
Yeah.
So the Karen, she was talking. She's yap. She leaves before she fully gets out. She comes back.
Yeah.
Cause you black bitch, you black, and the black girl didn't budge.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you. So she didn't give her the power.
Right.
So Karen had to fizzle out and leave. I thought she handled it well. I know, sister wanted to go off. She did. But the words didn't hurt her. She went back to work and Karen looked crazy.
Right.
Karen, she was trying to bait her. She really was.
She was.
She came back. She left the store. She came back because
no reaction.
No reaction. She had no power.
Mm-hmm.
Black girl didn't give her any power. And she had to comply. So she knew better. So that's why I was kind of proud. Like, since you're going home tonight, since you're going to keep your job, like, that's what we want. You know, I know it's hard. Yes, I know you wanted to backhand her the next week, but she looks stupid now. So,
actually, I shouldn't say that, but I was about to say, wait till you're wait till you're off of work.
Well,
wait till you clock out.
because they still gonna play the role too. You know, like, I think her words didn't hurt. They were words.
Mm-hmm.
She called her what she called? She called her black bitch.
Mm-hmm.
The black lady was like, "Oh, yeah, okay, like,
all right,
yeah, like, all right, whatever. You mad? You gotta leave. You mad?"
Mm-hmm.
And she went on about her business. Karen walked out. She was good. That's the goal. Don't let them take you out your element. And you beat her up, and then now you gotta go to jail, and you lose your job, and your whole livelihood messed up because she said some stupid words.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I was like, okay, that's just like that was like the girl, like the little beauty supply store a couple months ago we talked about.
Yeah.
She tried to go off, and the black girl was like, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm recording this. I'm leaving. She refusing service. Yep. Cool. I'm out. Live to fight another day. She ain't do nothing. She ain't hurt me. She ain't harm me.
Right.
And they get in trouble. So saw that one. What else?
That was it for me.
Okay.
I think there were a couple other ones, but I probably missed them, honestly.
I think those are the main ones I saw too. It's just a lot out there. I've been seeing some other crazy stuff too. We might do a segment on not just Bob's and Karens, but just black people wilding out on each other, yo. Yeah. I don't know what's going on out here. But we'll end with that before I feel like this weather is gonna shut us down. So
yeah.
y'all know what it is, communitycoalitionshow.com, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
yep,
all kinds of stuff everywhere.
Everywhere you listen to stuff,
you watch
find us.
Yep, we in there. So just check us out. Tell us what you think, and I'm curious to see, fellas,
how you feel.
Yeah, how you feel? How you stepping your game up on this one? In 2021, how we stepping our game up? So let's talk about that. And until the next week, y'all, we out. We check y'all. Peace.